What's up, guys? Welcome back to Raising the Rogers Homestead. So, as promised, this is part 2 of the first time selling sheep. Alright, guys, so this ended up being in 7 different categories. So, there's several different categories that you can sell sheep in. We fell under 3 different categories. So, there is prime, which is top level. There is choice, which is right below prime. Then there's good, which is down here. And then there is odd, which is bottom of the barrel. So we sold in 3 different categories: good, choice, and odd. So I'm just going to start at the top of this sheet and work my way down and give you guys the total at the end. So we had 2 sheep. They were rams. They were still intact. They were born a little bit later, so therefore they didn't get banded in time. So they were still rams, so they were sold as rams. There was 2 of them, averaging 40 pounds a piece, 80 pounds overall between the 2 of them. And the pay weight on that was $1.70, and it ended up being $136 a piece. Now, if I would have banded those 2, they would have brought a little bit better, but you got to take the good with the bad. They were born a little bit later, so they weren't able to be banded. Therefore, we took a lower price for them. Line item number 2. These were wethers. They fell under the choice, which is a step above good. They fell under the choice. There was 3 of them. Average weight was 58 pounds. 175 pounds was the pay weight at $2.10 a pound. So, not great, but still money on the table. Item number 3. So, we had 2 sheep that were wethers, meaning they were banned. They fell under the good category, which is a step below choice. There was 2 of them, average weight of 60 pounds, 120 pounds pay weight, $2.05 a pound for those guys. The next category was ewes. So the ewes were sold at, there was 3 of them, 52 pounds average overall, 155 pounds between the 3 of them. So that was our pay weight at $2.20 a pound. Moving on to the next section, so there was 3 ewes that was sold under the good category. They were 60 pounds average, 155 pounds total at $2.20 a pound. Next category. So I had 1 other ewe that was sold under good. That was 60 pounds average, 60 pounds total at $2.10 a pound. And then one of the, the last category for the lambs, not the coal ewe that we took off, but the last category for the lambs, they were weathered sheep. There was 6 of them, 79 pounds average, 475 pounds total at $2.12 per pound. And then the last one was the ewe that we took off that can no longer be bred. She brought $50. They have basically a cull category that brings $50. It doesn't matter what you bring. She fell into that, so that's what we got for her, was $50. So out of the 18 that we sold, 17 of them were lambs. One of them was the cull ewe. Their commission price on everything is 8%, and then they also have a yardage fee, which is basically just keeping them overnight because I took them the day before the sale. So $2,275.88 was the overall total that we made. What we brought home was $1,999.01. So we paid $276.87 in commission fees for the sale barn. So I know a lot of you are like, we had 12 sheep, had good lambs, maybe took a cull off or whatever. That's not a lot of money. But at the end of the day, if I'm calculating numbers, so that basically covers everything that we had in our initial lambs whenever we were bottle feeding, whenever we were first getting into lambs. So I think we had 8 lambs in total, 10 lambs in total, 2 of them being rams, and then we bred those 8. We kept back all the girls, we ate a few of them, and then so now we were at 12, and then those 12 produced 22 lambs. We kept back 4 of them. We took off a cull ewe, so on and so forth. So it makes sense for us. So the goal for us is if we could have 30 lambs here on our place and maybe 30 on the property that we lease, that would yield us 100 to 120 lambs per year, and then we could start actually making some money. So in the event that we compare cattle to sheep, you can make more money on sheep, but it's purely just because of the gestation of the sheep. It's not based on price per animal, because if you did it price per animal, cattle win every day, especially now how wild the cattle market is and how high the cattle market is. So if you do price per head, then over 4 years, 3 to 4 years or something like that, you start making more money than you would with cattle. So that's kind of our thought on it. Not saying that I don't want cattle. I would love to have a little cattle herd. I just don't have anywhere to put them right now. So we're just focusing on the sheep. So just to go over the numbers one more time. So we had 12 mamas. They produced us 22 lambs. We kept 4 back. We took 1 cull ewe off. So in the end, we made $1,999.01. And that was with paying the sale barn their deduction fees in total. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. Overall, I think it's a win. It's not exuberant as I thought it was going to be, but it's a win overall. So we're going to keep plugging along with sheep. We're going to add some moms to us. Like right now we've got 18. Last year we had 12, so now we have 18. So we're adding a little more here. Talked about maybe buying some more for the other property. So we'll just have to see what happens in the coming years. That is our assessment as of now. I know this was a short video, but I appreciate you guys hanging out with me at Raising the Rogers Homestead. If you guys found this video insightful and maybe inspired you to get into sheep even more heavily, or just as a beginner stage, if you guys could Please like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't, and until next time, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks.